One of the things I hear all the time when people talk about the Middle East is the place has always been this violent, troubled place. And it has these ancient roots that go back so far. There's nothing accurate about the statements at all. There are no ancient roots to this conflict that's currently going on now, because there was the struggle that between, a Muslim majority Arab world and a Jewish population never occurred. So that's completely anachronistic. This idea that, there was a Jewish state at one point, Judea, that there was a King David, that has nothing to do with the conflict that exists today, because it happened so many millennia before there was a Muslim state. For one thing, but the other thing is it wasn't conquered for religious reasons. It was conquered for imperial reasons, right? So it's a strange way to see the world, pretending that there's some kind of long, old, festering wound when there isn't one. But to make things even weirder, if you look at the number of wars that took place in the Middle East actually looks like a generally calm, peaceful place. Europe is a bloodbath nightmare. And then when you look at those Middle East wars, it becomes obvious really fast that frequently it's because somebody invaded. So for example, the Mongols invaded, or Alexander the Great invaded, or the Crusaders invaded. In other words, so much of the conflict that takes place in the Middle East is because an outsider came in and made a mess in the place, as opposed to it was internal. That's not to say there wasn't internal conflict. There definitely was. As the Arab Empire slowly unraveled, as it broke up, and then little by little Turkish states start to appear. Those Turkish states warred with each other, and they warred with their Arab neighbors. And then, the Persians were trying to reestablish themselves. There's definitely conflict. It's just not in the way that I think most people perceive it. So having said that, for religious purposes, the Muslim empire was a tolerant state. It made it very clear you don't have to convert. And in fact, one of the things that happened was the Muslim state found itself having a problem, because the taxes it got from Muslims was to go to the poor.